It's a Thursday with the Tyler Glenn Show, the show about food and fun places in the mayhem of life. Thanks for being part of it. Thanks for being here on a Thursday. Coming up this morning, some big-time rain showers for southern Manitoba, cooling things down, calming things down, temperature-wise looking for a great weekend after what has been a scorcher of a week in June. But guess what? There's more scorching weather on the other side of the weekend. Details coming up. Also, details on a 13-year-old spending $63,000 on games on the family phone. $63,000. We talk about how women are reacting to news that they're dating a guy that has a race car bed. We have an update regarding the incident that happened in Erickson earlier this week that kind of shocked the province. And still shocking news coming out of Erickson, and we'll talk about that. And we've got some sad news on Shannon Doherty. If you're a fan of Beverly Hills 90210, or you got to go back even further, I think she was on Little House on the Prairie once upon a time. We've got an update from her coming up in just a little bit. Special good morning to our chatters this morning who were up and at 'em early. I think Lindy was out for a walk this morning, and is the first one to get her little award. So. Congratulations, and I hope that you had a nice walk this morning, although she says she was soaked because obviously we got some big-time rain showers out there this morning, and we've got thunderstorms moving through the area. But looking on the radar, they do not look all that crazy wild. I'm just going to check another radar this morning. So they will be short-lived. I mean, we're getting some much-needed rain. That's kind of nice. And but nothing severe. There's no watches. There's no warnings. Anything like that happening in southern Manitoba at this hour. So, we'll just wait it out. Lots of lightning in the area being reported, but I haven't seen any reports of hail. It's just some minor street flooding in the city of Brandon. Do let me know how things are where you are in chat, if you would, and we'll share that information with everybody. But first, I'm going to say good morning to our chatters. That include Trev and Lindy, of course, Tasha and Sharon. Quentin says, yay, don't have to mow the lawn today. Isn't that great? I thought the same thing with sprinklers. Shut them off. Shut them off. They're on a timer. We get a free day today. Save on the water bill. Misbehaving is with us this morning. Nice to see you. And Kathleen is here, and Tom Wenham and Bernice. And Megan and Nick are here, and Connie is here too. And good morning to all you. Tom Wenham is here as well. And it is wet. Yeah, everyone is just really, really wet. And yes, Tom, the dogs. My dog, little Dizzy, he is not having a good morning. We did get him some treats from Walmart. In the pet section, they've got, I think they're cannabis. I don't know. But they're like a little cookie for the dog. And when the dog gets all anxious with the thunder and lightning, I give one to Dizzy, and then I take 4. So 1 for Dizzy, 4 for me, and it helps with mine just kicked in. It helps with the anxiety of the storms. So short-lived, and actually, as Environment Canada promised, let's have a look at this. Actually, I'll show it to you. I'll prove it to you. We've got some nice weather on the other side of this, and it'll likely be later this morning, early this afternoon. We'll maybe even see the sun come back out. And really nice weekend. Really, really nice. If the heat has been bothering you, this is this is going to be some welcome relief. 21, 22. Ooh, might have to put a coat on. It's going to me feel cool. But then look at next week. Back at it again. We'll take a weekend break from the heat. And then next week, man, they cannot open the pools and spray parks fast enough. Hey? And yesterday was day 1 of the Manitoba Summer Fair in Brandon. And attendance looks to be gangbusters. It was very busy. The fireworks went last night. Speaking of dogs going crazy. Well, everyone's dogs. Treat. Who wants a treat, puppy? I'm just driving everybody's dogs crazy. Come on, pup. Get a treat. Go see your owner. Go see your owner now. Get a treat. Get a little cannabis treat for your anxiety. 34 by Tuesday next week. Oh, boy. It's going to get hot again, but that's all right. Actually, you know what? I look outside, and it was just pouring just as we were coming on the show, and it just stopped. It's like a tap. On, off, on, off. So mix of sun and cloud later today, and we should see a high around 26 degrees, and the cool down starts. Nice weekend ahead. So I start with some good news. We started yesterday with some concern about a woman in Erickson. There's still a lot of concern. She's got a long road ahead. Manitoba RCMP made an arrest yesterday afternoon after we told you about that home invasion in Erickson. It was the Wasagaming attachment that showed up at the home at 2 o'clock in the morning after the call was made. Apparently there was a home invasion and she was harmed. There was apparently a stabbing. The 18-year-old male fled the scene, and neighbors actually helped the 30-year-old woman and gave her first aid until police arrived. The 18-year-old suspect was arrested, late into Wednesday afternoon. There are still a lot of questions that have to be answered about this. For example, why did it take so long for police to get information out, especially since the guy came in the house and allegedly assaulted this woman violently, and then it took so long to get the information out to the community in a public way, unless they went door to door, and I haven't been told that. But this is not good, and this is incredibly violent. And what really surprises me is the lack of news coverage. We just had the possibility of a book ban in Brandon, and that was coast to coast. That news story was covered by every news organization 6 ways from Sunday. And the Brandon Sun had some information on it, and Global News had some information on it. That's basically all I could find. CBC didn't cover it at all. They had no information on it. Here's what Global had yesterday. Do we got some audio there?
Is recovering in hospital. A 30-year-old woman in Erickson, Manitoba is recovering in hospital after a violent home invasion. The attack happened early yesterday morning in the town north of Brandon. When police got there, the victim had significant but non-life-threatening injuries. She was taken to hospital and then transferred to Winnipeg, where she remains in stable condition. Police have arrested an 18-year-old in connection with the incident. Sergeant Paul Manag with Manitoba RCMP told Global News the incident left the community in shock, and the woman has a long way ahead.
Well, you think so? Do you think the community's in shock a little bit? Somebody broke into a home, a stranger. This is like what Hollywood movies, horror movies are made of. Somebody broke in the house with a knife, and she's pregnant. I'm thinking, what is this, 1969 California? Is there a group of them? I mean, this is incredibly disturbing. Am I the only one that's really ratcheted up about this? Like, really? Where is the media on this?
Obviously, the medical system did their part, and they're going to do their best to look after her and hopefully get her treated, and hopefully she can get released and carry on with her life, because there's some significant trauma here that hopefully everyone can help her out with.
So again, significant trauma, and although they were very quick, officials were very quick to say not life-threatening, but significant trauma. Very not life-threatening, but significant trauma. She has got an incredibly long road ahead. And again, the GoFundMe page said that this young woman was expecting. I do not have any information on that, and we're going to respect their privacy in that regard. They'll likely release that information should there be anything to release when the time is right. But a family member did post on social media that the victim had come out of a surgery and needed 4, possibly 5 more surgeries. This is insane. I can't believe it. I'm in shock. This is crazy. And that's basically the end of the story. That's all they got. That's all they got. So we had the comment from the cop, and cops say the medical system will take over from here, and hopefully she's got some supports because she's got a long road ahead. And yeah, it's the community is definitely on edge. Talking to some people last night, I mean, doors are locked and people are scared. And, I think that it's important to have as much information from officials as we can, because there is a lot of rumors and a lot of innuendo circulating around the community. Oh, somebody just sent me something here. Yeah, actually, you know what? Thank you for sending this, Tasha. This is what I had seen yesterday, but it was not on my computer, so I couldn't get a screenshot of it. And I appreciate you sending that to me. So Candace is awake, conscious, and has come out of one surgery. She's going to need 4 or 5 to be scheduled for Friday, June the 9th. Her fiancé, Scott, continues to be close by her side as they navigate this horrific nightmare together. As they move forward into the unknown, they understand that there's so much that lies ahead. We're truly grateful for the incredible support. Our love goes out to all affected by this tragedy. So this is from Candace's family, from the families of Candace and Scott. And I can't believe it. I can't believe it. That there is not more attention being paid to this, and that we're not getting more information out of the community. That's it. But I feel so bad for the community of Erickson. I feel so sad for the people who, I went onto Google Maps and, I drove my bike down that street many a times. I had friends on that street, and it's really heartbreaking. And I'm sure that for many that have grown up in bigger cities where stuff like this might happen on, of some regularity, say, Tyler, come on, welcome to 2023. Well, this is shocking to me, incredibly shocking, and I'm still not good with this and have some questions to answer. And, you hate to kind of pull on the resources that you had when you were actually in the media. But I think I'm going to start making some phone calls and getting some emails sent out because this just doesn't sit well with me. There's got to be more information. Something doesn't feel. Is it just me? This doesn't feel right. Something is amiss here. Something just doesn't add up. Is it my COVID brain, or why does this feel weird? Like we're not getting all the information that we need to kind of make an accurate assessment of what is happening here. Mama Sunday does say, like, it feels like there's some secrecy, and privacy is important. The family has come out, though. They have made some statements, and I just find it curious that the police statement to the media is, well, the medical system will take it from here. She's got a long road ahead. Who is this guy? Is he a transient? Is he a local? What are the circumstances? They didn't know each other. That's all that you said. You got anything else, maybe? A lot of unanswered questions, and I think the community deserves the answer, and Western Manitoba deserves the answers. I mean, Winnipeg, outside of Winnipeg, it's just all little towns, okay? And sure, it was Erickson. It could happen in Neepawa, or Minnedosa, or Russell, or Shoal Lake, or Boisvane. It could have happened in any one of those communities because we don't know. Where do we go from here? I don't know. Just want some answers, and I'm not the only one. Anyway, I'm just glad to hear that that the family is doing better. It's so sad that she has to go through these many surgeries because of some idiot that broke into her home. Like, it boggles the mind. You know, they're just trying to start this little restaurant in town, and their lives are changed. And I just hope that that the community is supporting her as much as they say they are, and that they get what they need going forward. I should check to see where the GoFundMe page is at. I want to see. There's just under $20,000 the last time I had a look. I do have a link on my page, and I'll link again today, since this has been updated with some more information. And we'll see where they're at for the GoFundMe here. Just give me 2 seconds and I'll pull that up. So here's Candace there. Oh, they're over $20,000 now. So yeah, $22,000 of the $20,000 goal. So that's awesome. And that it's just within 48 hours because this... And it is one of those ways where you do feel a little bit better, that you can step up and help a little bit, but it still doesn't get you the answers and it does. My parents had to break it down for me yesterday about how I know this woman. I don't know her directly, but I know Scott's parents very well, and it's just maddening. I'm very upset, obviously. And anyway, if you can spare a few dollars, that would be great to help Candace and her family. And in the meantime, there'll be a long road of recovery, and just senseless. I don't understand the circumstance. This is just. Hopefully, we'll get some more information so we can make sense of all this as time goes on. And I get the sense that police are very busy. I get that. But, this is cause for some serious concern in my books, right across Manitoba. Sorry, it is. Like if this can happen in a tiny little sleepy town where nothing happens, it's going to happen anywhere. And then it's not like we can. I'll tell you, my golf clubs are coming out, and I don't golf. If you know what I'm saying, the golf clubs are coming out. Yeah. Try and break in my house. We'll play a little golf. How about that? What an ass. Boy. Anyway, I'm just getting angry, and doesn't I? Oh, let's shift gears here, okay? Let's shift gears real quickly because there's not much we can do at this point. I just wanted to keep you updated with what I knew, and I think I've done that. And I appreciate all the DMs and emails my way as well. If you hear or see anything that you feel that would be useful to me or the show or to our audience, by all means, reach out. And I do appreciate that. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. And look, at the rain has stopped already. We didn't even get through the first half hour, and at least in my neighborhood. Yeah, Quentin, I hear you. I know what you're saying. But the rain has stopped, and the sun is gonna come out. And we got lots of fun stuff to talk about, and we're going to get to that in just a moment. Also, if you are into mystic stuff, like crystals, essential oils, and stuff like that, heard from the most delightful woman who told me that there is a big event coming up next Saturday in Brandon. And that is the 17th. That's Dad's Day weekend, Saturday the 17th. And it's going to go from 11 till 4 at the North End Community Center. Now, this is at 1212 Stickney Avenue, right beside, or not beside, but behind Lady of the Lake in Brandon. And it's called the Summer Solstice Holistic and Metaphysical Event. Say that 3 times real fast. The Summer Solstice Holistic and Metaphysical Event. Well, I could say it once. But it's energetic beings ready to explore, shop, exchange ideas, crystals, essential oils, tarot cards, exploring the metaphysical world. I mean, the first day of summer is coming. You can discover a wide selection of mystical treasures, engage with knowledgeable experts, and immerse yourself in a vibrant community of holistic enthusiasts. Again, it's next Saturday, June 17th from 11 till 4. Be part of the Summer Solstice Holistic and Metaphysical event at the North End Community Center in Brandon. Worth checking out, and another great event for our town. But it's one day only, 11 till 4 next Saturday. Okay, still to come this morning before we let everybody go off of social media. We want to let you know about some of the stuff that we're going to be talking about at twitch.tv/Tyler Glenn Show. We are going to have some fun talking about this. I love this topic. So a woman has dated this guy. She really likes this guy. Met him online. They hit it off. He's super nice. He's very good looking. He's got the cash. He's got the job, well put together. He's checking a lot of boxes, and she's like, okay, what's going on? Anyway, they get back to his place, and she walks by one of the bedrooms. And she peeks in, and she sees something odd. It's a race car bed. And she says, hey, can I ask you something? Do you have a son that you don't like, that goes back and forth from like baby mama to you, visitation type of thing? No. So do you have a nephew or a niece or something like that you might look after or spends time here on weekends? No, nothing like that. Because you got a race car bed here. Oh yeah, that's my race car bed. And so this woman posts a story, obviously, online, and people are reacting to this woman dating a guy with a childlike race car bed. And we'll talk a bit about that. Also, still with kids, a 13-year-old spent $63,000 on a phone playing games and doing the in-app purchases. At what point do the phone companies just say, or the iTunes store or whatever, like, that's enough? You would think, we've had stories on this show, 3,000. I think locally, what was the highest we got up to? $10,000. Someone in Manitoba had to pay a $10,000 phone bill. Was texting that person was doing. $10,000. This is $63,000. We'll talk about that. Also, since we're the show about food and fun places, the best cookout sides, the 5 top barbecue dishes recommended by culinary experts. And would you believe the corn that we love about, the corn, the Mexican corn, is in there? Another type of, it's the summer of Mexican street corn. It is. We're going to take you inside the fanciest restaurants in the world, the 5 top restaurants where you and I would get kicked out in a heartbeat. Well, me. We'll go inside. We'll take a quick look and see how expensive some of the dishes are. Also, with regards to travel, there is going to be some travel problems because of the smoke out east. It hasn't affected us in Manitoba because the fires are in Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and they've kind of they're wafting through Ontario, Quebec, New York, Michigan, Maine, Massachusetts, the northeastern United States. They had to close LaGuardia Airport in New York for a time yesterday because the smoke was so thick. We've got that update for you. So if you've got some air travel in your future, especially in the States, you're going to want to stick around for that. So lots to get to, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's always more. Twitch.tv/Tyler Glenn Show. Come on over. It's also Best Friends Day. So if you are on Facebook right now, or TikTok, or Twitter, or whatever the social media may be, head on over to my Facebook. Shoot a picture of you and your best friend, because after 7:30, we're going to take a look at a couple of them. And hopefully some people have sent in some or posted some goofy pictures of you and your bestie. It's nice to see you and your bestie, but I like the goofy pictures too. They're fun. Okay, we're going to take a beach break in just a bit, but first we're going to say farewell to our friends on TikTok. Thank you for being here. We'll see you tomorrow for a Keyboard Friday, okay? Be here tomorrow for a Keyboard Friday. Take care, TikTokers. Okay, and we'll also say goodbye at this time to our friends on social media, where it doesn't have to be goodbye. It doesn't have to be. The party's just getting rolling. Come on over to twitch.tv/Tyler Glenn Show, and if you can't do that, I understand. One of these days, maybe you'll come on over. In the meantime, have a great day. Stay dry. Get set for a beautiful weekend, and we'll see you tomorrow for Keyboard Friday.